me, it has been I would start out by saying interesting. Kind of an interesting practice. What is this? But
let's do a little like Labyrinth 101 basic real quick.
Yeah.
To catch up if there's people who will one day watch this and have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So a labyrinth is it's like a maze, only there's no wrong turns. There's one way in and one way out, right? It's an ancient prayer practice. They exist in a lot of cathedrals that were the end of pilgrimage sites. So for a lot of people, it became like a mini version of the larger pilgrimage, right? Is sort of where it is in the tradition, and I think it's great that we have one outside, and I like to walk it and pray it. But it seems like it has a profound effect on you. I'm curious, what lessons has the Labyrinth taught you?
Wow. When you're as extroverted as I am, and don't have any trouble talking, one of the things about this whole spiritual journey that we're on, for me, was learning to listen. And the Labyrinth, even if you start out and you say, I'm here, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing now that I'm here, and you have been told that, well, this is an opportunity to pray. It was important to me that it was another practice of being in a relationship with God, and that walking the Labyrinth and finding that you're praying along as you step, and I stop along the way, and then I go, and you finally make your way into the center, and you can stop, and that's been maybe where I first thought about that. In that place, I could pray particularly. For me, it has been a centering. You know how when we pray, we may be praying, but we're also thinking about what we're going to pick up at the grocery on the way home from church. And we just can't help it. As pious as we want to be, it's like, okay, now when church is over, I'm going to go pick up.
The Eastern tradition is called monkey mind.
Monkey mind.
That's what they call that.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, if that's it, if that's what it's called, that's
is that monkey mind? Yeah.
But the Labyrinth allows. I feel it like it's intentional. I have this feeling that what you discover is maybe what God intends for you. And you are in a position, I wouldn't say you didn't think of a grocery list, but it's not, it isn't as lightly while you're walking this thing. So if nothing else for me, it's keeping my mouth shut and finding this point of stillness. Which is transferable. I mean, you walk the Labyrinth and you're there. Sometimes I've taken a scarf and just put almost like a hoodie, to sort of, or the blinders on the racing horse, just to sort of be within myself. And you learn that all these things are transferable. I mean, that what you experience there in the Labyrinth and what God may have to say to you about it is something that it's now a part of your understanding.
I'm a fidgety guy, so it's been really helpful for me to find prayer practices that, especially when I was first starting, that use that for me rather than against me. So Labyrinth, you're actually walking. So there's some movement to it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Similarly, like prayer beads were very helpful with me for a long season in my life, because like I said, I'm fidgety, and it's weird because you're trying to find stillness, but sometimes small actions can help you find greater stillness. So that was one thing I think the Labyrinth taught me, is that small actions can help me find stillness.
I like that.
Another thing that I found in the Labyrinth is when I first started walking it, I kept looking for the most important step. Like there's a center.
Yes.
So is it the step in the center that's the most important step? Or is the step on the Labyrinth that's the most important step?
Oh.
Like I kept trying to figure out what the most important step was. But after we walk it long enough, you realize every step is equally important. You don't get anywhere without each and every step. And so that was this idea that every step is holy became a reoccurring theme that God would give me in my prayer life for a solid 2 years. The every step is holy.
Love that.
Is that was something that the Labyrinth taught me, and then continued to take root in me, that I really loved. And the other thing is, so when you walk the Labyrinth, it's a very circuitous path by definition, right? And if you're trying to get to the center, it's remember what I said, I was trying to get to the most important part?
Yeah.
If you're trying to get to the center, it can be very frustrating, because you feel like you're getting really close, and then you walk away from it.
Yeah.
And you're actually getting closer to the center by walking away, but it doesn't feel that way.
No, I know.
And I think that there's something about that in the journey of life too, that a lot of times we have these goals or aspirations or wonders or hopes, and sometimes the ability to not know where you're going is actually a real gift. Sometimes we have to walk in a direction that feels like it's walking away when we're really walking toward. Or at least that's been my relationship with God too.